Okay, and we are back for round 2. Had a bit of fun last time, so let's see what we can get this time around. Some pretty long games from this king. Where is it over here? Yeah, these guys went to time just about. So if I'm up against BT Robin, I know his deck's reasonably slow. Masonics, another couple of long rounds there as well, so pretty slow on them. And then King Feeble just smashed very quickly in one of his rounds. So if I'm up against him, can't be keeping a slow hand. Just little things, good to check out how long your opponent's rounds went for, possible opponents. Get an idea of what kind of deck they might be playing ahead of time. Alright, so we are up against BT Robin, one of the slower ones, won the die roll, which is always good, so we will play first. And we've got Jace and War Moments as 2 drops and plenty of land, so that's pretty easy keep. Not sure if the best line is to lead off with Jace or Wall of Omens. I like just the straight draw. But then again, you can always lead with Jace, draw with Wall of Omens, and then have more options for looting after that. Opponent seems to be taking his time. Maybe this is why his rounds took so long. Would be nice if they could decide to mulligan or not. Alright. Let's get Hallowed Fountain tapped and send it back. I've got enough lands at the moment to play everything. And there's a 4th land, so I'm going to Flooded Strand. Go and get the 2nd island. And we'll get Jace down. Red-white dual land tapped. It's an interesting one. That's a concern. Vence is going to be able to take care of that token, and fortunately I can block for now. I guess the other option is just Fiend Hunter now. Kythian's not really what we need to see here. Fiend Hunter's probably not necessary here. I want to go with the Wall of Omens, because I can just block out whatever needs to be blocked. Sword is nice. Just get our land down. So I'm a little bit concerned about some removal here. If they take out the wall, then we can start having some issues, but so he's not able to attack in. Let's just do some looting. Mana Crypt. Well, I'm not getting rid of Mana Crypt. I think I'm getting rid of Kythian here. Mana Crypt gives me 5 mana next turn, which means I can play and equip the sword. I don't really need to play and equip the sword. I think Kythian is fine. So next turn I think it's just going to be Vence. Play our land here. I'm just going to hold up Venser, probably bounce the token if nothing else, if he doesn't do anything particularly intimidating. So he's going for something big. Ajani. So he's probably going to want to lightning helix me. I'm not real keen on that idea. So let's get Venser down here, because I want to attack with him anyway. We'll play Venser, send Ajani back and remand him for return. So we'll get that back. The sword is going to do some good work. And again, don't need to play Mana Crypt at this point, because there's no point giving up the damage, because I've got a land. Loot again. You don't need the extra land. Unless I draw a Frost Titan, it's not a lot of need. So, let's again, of course, draw the Frost Titan. So the question is, do I want to play the sword and attack? Hold up Mana Crypt to sort of surprise somewhere there. I guess the possibility that he doesn't block the sword is probably worth it. Because if he doesn't block the sword, which he may just chump off with Blade Splicer, but if he doesn't block the sword, then I get to untap and play Frost Titan as well. So, I mean, I imagine he does, but we'll play sword and equip. So I said, I suspect he will just chump with Blade Splicer here. That's what I would do. But if he lets me untap, I get to Mana Crypt Frost Titan. You know, tap down his red source, which means he'll struggle to play Ajani. He's not blocking. Excellent. Okay. So this is kind of awesome, because he has to discard a card. I get to untap. So he probably doesn't see Mana Crypt Frost Titan coming. So we now get to play Frost Titan and keep the red source tapped down. So unless he has a mountain in hand, he won't be able to play his Ajani again. He does have the red source. So we can play the Ajani, he can kill off Jace. So be it. I have to ask myself if there's anything better than Fiend Hunter. Fiend Hunter is just going to come down and get rid of the Golem. I get to attack with Frost Titan, kill Ajani, attack with Venser to hit him. Or actually I just kill him, don't I? Because I bounce this, tap this, hit him for 10. So we'll loot anyway. We'll have a look. Oh, I don't want to discard Muldrifter. But he's tapped. I win if I do, so let's do it this way. Oh, I've got the game 3. Stupid. So I don't win now, but I am going to put him to not much. I've got the other half of the Lightning Helix. We're going to get tails, and we win. Excellent. True Name. That's pretty nice. But we're going to stick with the plan. White, and 1. Play the Fiend Hunter, and we'll just hold up. There could be a Wrath in there. True Name is a nice recovery for that. Yes, I would like to use Fiend Hunter's ability. So now what we need to do is actually do need to kill Ajani. And I'm going to do that with Frost Titan. Because discard, and we'll tap down Blade Splicer. Alright. So I'm going to hold the True Name up. If he has a Wrath, I don't want to get caught out. and putting True Name down with Sword of Feast of Famine is just too good. Alright, Elspeth is going to... Exactly, so that is the Wrath, basically, that I was talking about. Elspeth is going to kill off Frost Titan and Venser, because he's got the sword on him. Oh, he's going to make the tokens. Very interesting. Okay. So... not entirely what I would have expected. We'll go with Tails again. On the flip. Treasure Cruise is nice, that's going to get us somewhere. Let's see what we can do with a Treasure Cruise. So, I have Time Twister as a recursion, but I don't really care about any of those. Let's just get rid of them. 2 and blue. Alright. Evil Scry. Let's have Enlightenment. Don't need a land, so that can go to the bottom. Okay. So, I think the only real line is to sword onto the Fiend Hunter. Try and spread the damage as wide as possible, because I want to hit Elspeth with as much damage as I can. So we're going to attack all creatures at Elspeth. And we're going to tap down one of these soldiers, because we need to hit Elspeth, we need to bring her back down. Because she's just going to keep making 1/1s. There's a weird thing happening with Magic Online. If you just F2 after your blocks, it seems to cancel the first time, and then you do it again and it works fine. So I don't know what the deal is there. But keep getting some units down. I'm not quite sure exactly how Time Twister and Soulfire interact. I'm going to have a go at that at some point. Time Twister, buy it back from Soulfire and see how that goes. I think I might just have to play True Name at this point. That's really quite frustrating. I need to get something. Yep. Yield that. Okay, let's go with heads. Just go all the tails. It's apparently the way to go. At this point, I think I'm priced into playing True Name Nemesis. I just don't have a choice but to get that down and get him dead, and play into that removal. There's really no choice for it. We're going to run it again, attack with all creatures at Elspeth. And we will tap down a token. So again, we're hitting Elspeth at a rate of at least 2 damage. And I'm gaining a couple of life, so we've got time. But that smokestack is going to start causing problems, and I can't afford to wait it out forever. Of course, if he puts the counters on, it's going to cost him. Again, I'm just really worried about those rats. I've got Time Twister to refill, so I'm going to go with True Name here. Choosing him, of course. And we're going to get the sword on there, just in case. Because he's going to be the one swinging, isn't he? I feel like Smokestack was a interesting choice. Oh, he stacked the triggers wrong too. You really see, you have to stack those triggers the other way around, because you want to put the soot counter on after the upkeep trigger. So he's now going to have to sacrifice a permanent. Had he done it the other way around, he wouldn't have to sacrifice the permanent here. It's one of those things that really shows your experience with Magic Online, is knowing how to stack your triggers and knowing which way around, which one to click first. In Paper Magic, you just say, I'm going to do this and then this, and people just go, oh yeah, I know what you mean. But that doesn't quite work in Magic Online. Alright. So his goes off. I now need to sacrifice a thing. It's going to be the only thing without power here. And I think I'm in a position to just kill him. Let's go with heads. Lost twice in a row on heads. Apparently you don't pick heads on that. It's just the way that goes. And so I think I'm in a position to kill him here because he's only got the... So he'll have 3 blockers and 2 of my creatures are getting through minimum 1 power. Because he can block this, this, and this, and I'll get through with 6. So I don't kill him this turn, which means I probably want to kill Elspeth and swing the rest at him. So still getting through 1 damage, but I want Elspeth dead. So that's going to attack Elspeth, attack all creatures. So you're attacking Elspeth, everything else is attacking him. Let's just give it up. Yeah. Sees the writing on the wall. Go to the sideboard. Alright. Again, don't have a lot in the sideboard to bring in on these matches. Didn't see a lot from him, to be honest. He's not that strong of a deck from what I could tell. Maybe he just got a bad draw. I think I'm just going to leave it as is. The only cards in colour to consider are Compulsive Research, or possibly some of the white weenies. We've got Mardu Reaper and Soldier of the Pantheon, so if I want to go the aggro side, I can sort of meld into an aggro deck. Didn't see any big creatures, so I'm not sure how good Bribery is, but we can wait and see on that one. But yeah, I think we just leave it as it is, and we'll run it back. Alright, so no blue mana is a little bit of a concern. We are on the draw, and he's going to mulligan. The fact that there's no blue mana and my deck does have some important blue cards, like I can't Muldrift my way out of it. Banish a Priest isn't that strong, so I'm going to have to mulligan that one. That one's looking much better. We're definitely going to be keeping that. What do we got on top? Hopefully a Plains. Plains on top. Fiend Hunter. Fiend Hunter is good enough, because he did have a few little creatures I need to get rid of, so that's going to stay on top. Temple of Enlightenment will help me find a land, and then I've got Jace to follow it up as well, so let's just let him run it out. That's a little bit intimidating. Hang it back for 1. Yep, okay, sure. You can have your hang it back for 1. Temple. So really looking for a Plains. That is a Plains, so we will take it. Fiend Hunter's one of the perfect answers to Hangerback Walker. Hopefully he just decides to hold it back, pump it up 1. No, he's going to send it in. Sin Collector. So he can take an instant or sorcery. I have none, so you get nothing. But he does get to see my hand. So he's going to miss on the Sin Collector, which is fine. I'm going to take 1. He didn't attack. That was a missed opportunity. 1 point of damage. Alright, so we're just going to get the... I'm going to have to shock myself anyway. Yeah, we'll just get the island down. We want to get Jace. No, not Kithion. Jace. Get Jace down. It blocks the hanger back for another turn. We're going to take 2 from the Sin Collector. And then we'll just drop Fiend Hunter next turn to rid ourselves of a hanger back problem. Now he's down to just 3 cards in hand. So hopefully not too much in the way of the follow-ups. Smokestack. Alright. Well, it's a good thing we're getting rid of Hangerback Orc, because that's going to minimise his options. Okay, I'd rather not shock myself. So I'm going to Flooded Strand, go and get a Plains. We'll take the Plains and play Fiend Hunter. And we're going to take Hangerback Walker away. Yes. Alright, so we're in a good spot here. Let's see if he stacks it right this time. If he wants me to start sacrificing things, I start sacrificing things, whatever. Yeah, you got it around the right time. Alright, so I'm going to put a counter on, that's fine. I can operate at pretty low amounts of mana, so I don't really mind too much giving up on a land. Let's draw and see what we find. There's also an option Kythian. Venser's quite handy, because Venser can just bounce Smokestack. So I think that's the line. See what he goes for as far as the counters are concerned. I'll just get rid of Fiend Hunter, because it's not doing very much. Drop in Venser. So let's get rid of Kythian. So I need to sacrifice the thing. It's going to be Fiend Hunter. You can have your Hangerback Walker back. Because, you know, so that goes. Alright. I believe the line here is to play Hallowed Fountain. And we're going to have to shock anyway. In the end, pay the 2 life. And I'm just going to let it go. So I want him to sacrifice something. And end step we're going to look to bounce the Smokestack. Alright, so he's cutting himself on mana. So if I draw a land, I get to Sword of Body and Mind and Venser, and put it on Venser, and send that back in. The other option is bounce the Smokestack. I think we can just take the 2 here, that's fine. Alright, so we're going to loot first. Mana Crypt. I don't really want to be losing life to Mana Crypt, but with Sword of Body Mind I think we're going to be fine. He's gone up to 2 cams there, so yeah, let's put Jace in there and get Venser down. Blue, white. So Venser bounce the stack. So there's a couple of tricks I can do here. I can... he's just given up. Okay. That was unexpected. The plan was there to either we can Glen Elendra and then counter the Smokestack on the way back down, because that lets me build back in. He's obviously not got a lot going on. The other option obviously is Sword of Body and Mind. For Sword of Body and Mind I can then just equip it, smash, start milling him, start making wolf tokens to block, protecting my life total. So that sets off a fairly good race. Having Glen Elendra down means I could really get in and, well, I counter the Smokestack, put the Sword of Body Mind on the Glen Elendra instead. So I wasn't sure exactly which way I was going to go there, but yeah, the concession. Let's see what we draw. Just a bunch more lands coming up, so nothing terribly interesting. Alright, well, that was a very quick round 2. We are into the finals. I really should start playing these in the single elimination. But our opponent didn't seem to have much of a deck going on. To note, King Feeble was one of the other main opponents, and he is already up a game 13 minutes in. So. Okay, I'm going to drop it back down, and I will see you guys in the round 3.